This is Trackmania, all platforming challenges, speedrun. Nowhere near what they had in mind for these games originally, that's for sure. But that's how I run these games. The concept's pretty simple. This is Trackmania built to race for the Wii. And I am doing everything single segment. I'm doing all the platforming challenges single segment. I'm sure this is nowhere near what the original programmers had in mind whenever they were doing these games, but that's what we're doing. And yeah, so that race was a little bit slow, by the way. It was like a second half slow, but I did not mean to go to B1. I meant to go to A2. Menuing of this game's annoying with the Wiimote. Well, with practice, you get it down better. So these are the desert vehicles. They're called Desert in Trackmania Wii. So basically, why I do this run is I wanted to do a single segment Trackmania run for a very long time, and I was trying to figure out, well, what's a good segment? What would be a good way to show off like all the different racing environments you have in a Trackmania game? Because there are so many racing environments. I mean, people think of the bread and butter stadium racing environments of Trackmania games, but people forget how many different environments there are, and every single one of them has totally different physics that they work with. So I wanted to find a single segment run that was logical in development and showed off all those, but was still short enough that it would be an enjoyable watch, say for like a marathon. I've run this in small community in speedrun, small marathons in the speedrunning community. And just all platforming challenges in the Wii version of Trackmania built to where it just made sense. Oh, that was bad. So that's how this category and run came into existence. Just essentially me saying, okay, Trackmania games are awesome. Individual level times are, the online community for these are insane. ILs are just insanely good in the Trackmania community. But there's like not really much for single segment runs of Trackmania. I remember submitting this game to AGQ 2015, and it was one of my first moments of seeing that people, in a way, recognized me as a speedrunner, because it did not get accepted, obviously. I was at AGQ 2015, I helped host and did some couch commentary and stuff like that. I didn't have any runs that got accepted of my own. But, you know, on speedrun Reddit, as good as bad as that is, I don't know. I remember actually seeing runs that people were saying runs that were sad that got cut from AGQ 2015, and I remember somebody actually, you know, that got posted a few times, Trackmania Build to Race for the Wii, because people have been wanting a Trackmania game in a GDQ, and I was just saying, like, wow, people actually pay attention to what I do in the speedrunning community. Not very many. Some people do pay attention. It felt weird. It felt very weird. Greatest song in gaming. Not really. I've never understood why this song is in this game. want you to fall in love. The sad thing is, you'll not get out of your head after you finish it. And that's the problem whenever you play this game. It's like, get on, get out of here, get out of here. You don't want you in my head. It's like too late. It's stuck. Yeah, so the nice thing about this route in this game is you get to see all the different environments, a lot of... You get a basic taste of what Trackmania has to offer. Although the PC games are better, I would say. In a single segment run. But look up IL stuff, it's absolutely amazing for these games. The Trackmania online community is astounding. Essentially the PC community. This was their experiment into trying to get Trackmania on a console, and it didn't perform near as well. Whereas the PC community, this is one of the greatest, you know, this is, I would say, like the greatest racing game, full PC racing game series, at least in my opinion. And I think a ton of people's opinions is that. Okay, so back to the snow environment, my favorite environment. These vehicles have extremely quick turning, extremely quick. They have a lower top speed, but they can climb up anything, and I have wasted so much time not even driving on the course, just driving off course, and like all the mountains in the background, the track goes out forever and ever beyond everything, and just seeing, oh, I wonder if I can, you know, drive up that mountain. And most of the mountains you can. Oh, is that our first restart of the run? Such a shame. We're all the way into B's though. I mean, we're on B2. That's alright, I guess. It's such a simple jump though. I can't believe that was the jump that was like first reset. Oh well. This game does have a ton of checkpoints, so that helps. Like I said, these games were really made for ILs, and these platforming challenges were made. Well, platform challenges were made for the tracks. You'll get medals for completing them without having any resets. This is an area that you don't want to have to reset. It's like the longest, well, it's not the longest, but it's one of the longest segments in the game. So if you have to reset, you have to redo one of the largest segments. I took that jump very, very high and wasted some time, but oh well. Yeah, so the island environment features cars that are ultra top speed, the highest top speed of any of the vehicles that are in this run. They corner very well, they drift a little bit, so they lose some speed while turning, but it's just high speed. Large ramps and all that good jazz. I'd say they're my second favorite. Of course you can't. It's hard to place it. My least favorite is what they call the rally cars in this game. That's for sure. And Coast is my second least favorite. Coast is attempting to make realistic cars. It's like it's Trackmania. Who said we were ever going for realism? But, you know, we're going for realism, apparently. No dancing in the heart of love music. Such a shame. Yay! That's an alright time for the level. It's kind of hard to remember times. Okay, here we go. The dreaded rally car. So this is the final environment. There are 6 environments in this game, and here's the final one that we will see. The dreaded rally cars. These cars, whenever turning, essentially they spin all over the place. They don't actually turn. They don't have like any real traction. So when you start turning, the car just goes sideways and keeps going forward. So you have to be really, really careful with how you turn, or otherwise you will just lose all your speed or just go off the edge. They take a little while to get used to. You have to ease into every turn and then start. It's kind of annoying. That's why it's my least favorite car. But it's alright, I guess. I mean, it's the only car that's really annoying to drive. Every other car feels really, really smooth to drive, and everyone feels very unique when we drive them, so. Ooh, wow, I barely made that. Yeah, I wasn't going to make that, though. So that's third reset? Okay, great. So you need to be going about 185, 190 to make every single one of these ramps, at least. And the issue is, based on the way you bounce, you can just not make that second jump there. Wow, that's 4 resets in this run. Generally don't have the 5, great. I generally don't have this many problems. This is why I also don't like the rally vehicles. You can be helped a little bit by... Come on, make it. Jeez. Yeah, see, if you get a bad bounce, if your car bounces funky, which is just kind of RNG, off that first ramp, you won't have enough speed for the second. And it's just... Okay, this is good. Jeez. Can't believe that. Wow. The good news is that you can tweak how high your car goes in the air if you flick down on the nunchuck as you go off of a ramp for a few frames. For some reason your car will go higher in the air. But man, I'm glad that track's over. I lost a good minute and a half, maybe. That's a shame. Great music again. Not really. Stuck in my head. Get it out, man. Get it out. Oh, want you? If I want you to feel love. If I need you, to fall in love. I need to quit. dancing in the heart of love. That was a slow turn. In the heart of love, dancing in the heart of love, yeah. Alright, race. I mean, for individual level, that's not a good race, but for single segment, I'll take it. Okay, now we're just C1. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with my menuing today. Normally I go A1 through A5, B5 through B1, C1 through C5, then D1 through D5, and then E1, but I'm just kind of going all over the place today. Don't ask. Ooh, wow. Close timing there. Yeah. Okay, I hate this turn. I hate this turn with a passion. It's alright. Yeah, so these plates, whenever I pass over them, they'll tell me I'm freewheeling. What that means is I can no longer accelerate. Like, if I hold down the accelerator, it does nothing. Your car just coasts. We did see it earlier in... was that B2? But this level is just essentially coasting. If you like coasting, this is coasting paradise. If you need to practice how to deal with, you know, these plates, you know, this is the level to do it. But the famous walls, they're a major staple of stadium vehicles in any Trackmania game, where you drive sideways. I didn't like that race, but I'll take it. See, I've got a headache right now. Oh, whatever. You don't need that much speed to get off that ramp. Yeah, so the desert vehicles, when you turn with them, the car starts to flip over. So you have to be careful not to turn too much, or the car will flip over on it. Well, flip on its side. Then you have to restart. And if you stay on two wheels too long, you lose a lot of speed. So it's a really just a balancing act that you have to do. Whoops. It's alright. Also, this is the most narrow car in the game, so they like to make you drive over. Yeah, you have to break off that, because otherwise you will just fly off the edge back there. Yeah, so they like to make you go over narrow stuff. That is like exactly this car's width. Get it. I should have reset. I should have reset at the start. That puts me up to 7? Oh, well. I mean... yeah. Yeah, I don't know of anybody else doing single segment runs of Trackmania games that are a short category that makes them good for marathons. It also constantly switches back and forth between different environments, which each has its own unique physics associated with that vehicle. So you have to, in your brain, be constantly switching back and forth. It's kind of cool in one respect, you know. I should still have the speed. I should still have the speed for that ramp, yeah. I had it. I mean, so far, all I've had as a real train wreck was B5. I mean, I've had some other resets in other parts of this run, but my only B5 was a train wreck. But everything else has been clean, fairly clean, for a single segment run, you know. Maybe I should stop talking on ahead, but, you know. Speaking of stop talking on his head, I really overshot that ramp. And wasted a good bit of time, because I should have reset immediately. But I didn't. Okay. Yeah, that's a good speed. You can fly over the finish line if you're going, like, if you're just a few miles makes such a difference. If you're going, like, 598 instead of 592, like I was doing. I think this game's in miles per hour. It might be in kilometers an hour. It never really tells you, does it? No, I guess it tells you the option for me. Well, anyway, yeah, that ramp, on the last track, you will fly over the finish line. If you're going just that much faster, just 6 miles faster, you'll fly over the finish line. And I have to redo that last segment. So you have to gauge your speed very, very carefully. And when you find the right speed, stick to it. Which can be done by letting go of the A button and then holding down the A button again, like just give it a 1 frame difference, like just a small tap, and then you will lock in your speed at whatever you're starting up that ramp. So I locked in at good speed. I like this game's soundtrack. Helps me keep running it. Also, it stays fresh, so it's, you know, so many racing games, it's just like everything looks the exact same. Now, I mean, I never have a point where it's like I race a track and then the next track looks exactly the same. They all look incredibly different. So we're to the D section now. And the vehicles all feel wildly different. Always keeps you on your toes. It's just part of the reason I just really like this run. And I think it makes it more enjoyable to watch, too. You're not seeing the exact same thing all the time. It's a nice mix. See, I know at AGQ 2015 people complained about being burned out on the F-Zero block because everything looked the same all the time. Good grief, in a single run you don't get burned out on seeing the same environment over and over. You're constantly switching back and forth, and every single car drives entirely differently. Yeah. So I think the viewers like that. I don't know. The few people that ever follow my Twitch channel, which are very few, seem to like it. They seem to like this run. I submitted it for the Fast Force 3 coming up in June, so I need to keep practicing it. Even if it doesn't accept it, you know. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to keep your speed at a very specific point there. So I think we're up to 8 resets. Yeah, I think 8. 9. Jeez. Such a shame to believe in this game. A line on your face. 10. And that's a change. From the facts that never lyrics. Okay. Jeez. D2. This is my favorite track in the entire run. Like I said, I love the snow tracks, and this is my favorite snow track, so, you know. So you have narrow boost pads here, and you have to drive through both of them or you won't make this ramp. This is the only track. They designed these tracks very well in the respect of they're very flowing and make logical sense. But they also designed the tracks very well in the entire game and in every Trackmania game. Now, fan-made, like, Trackmania tracks, I've found plenty that are pretty sequence breakable. But there's very few tracks in standard Trackmania that were actually designed by Mania that have a sequence break. And I goofed it up. I was talking about it and then drove by it. So now I have to do this the correct way anyway. And I drove by it again. Okay, essentially there's a point that you could drive off the track and land where I just landed. But I drove by it twice because I was talking like an idiot. Oh well. No, it was a bad race. Anyway. D3. This run's almost over. I'd give it another... Oh... If it was bad, really bad, 10 minutes. Okay, aim. I've lost track of resets. Honestly, I need to just keep working on this run. Practice it more, but I figured I'd submit it now. I'll definitely have more time to practice it in the upcoming months. Especially since I'm going to be running another marathon in June. And I want to get better at it for that, primarily. Yeah, that's good angle. No, it's not. Okay. No, I should probably talk again. haven't talked to him in a while. The weather's warming up outside, and I love it. All the snow's off the ground. D4. I like D4. It's the only rally track I like in this entire game. This is just designed very well, and this doesn't have any ridiculous, stupid jumps like we had in D5 that just RNG can really mess with you, just the way your car bounces. Well, I guess it's technically not RNG, but it's just so annoying. But it's a long track, so sit back. Now I have to be going over 200 to make those ramps. Keep that in mind. That's a good benchmark speed for every single ramp in any of these levels is 200. That's what you're aiming for. Okay, this one we need to be going at least 400. We're going 402. So, actually, you don't need to be going 400. I think you can make it at 398. If you do the nunchuck trick where you hit down for for a few frames as your car's exiting the ramp. But, without doing that trick, I think you can make it a 400. So whenever I say these ramps have very, very tight windows for what speed you have to be going at to make the ramp, I do mean that exactly. So, hey, there we go, 149. I can deal with that time. I can live with that time, especially in single segment at the end of a massive. D5. Last chance to dance in the heart of love. Last chance. Dance, dance. Last chance to dance, dance. Is everybody dancing? Good. If you're not dancing, there's something wrong with you. Aww. I'm dancing. Hey, I made the ramp. Just wanted to throw that out there. I need you to fall in love. I'm dancing. Oh, come on. Dancing in the heart of love. 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 I had a friend that said this song reminded him of Prince. I was like, seriously, dude? Of course, I don't really listen to Prince that much. Maybe it does. Stuck in my head. Get it out. Okay. Final track. E1. Scary track. Scary track. It's funny how close the stadium music and the coast music sound, except stadium doesn't have lyrics, thank goodness. Okay, so this one, if you make a mistake, you have to reset the entire track. It's the most difficult segment. Is the first segment of this race in the entire platforming area. Okay, I should have enough speed, hopefully. No, I do not. So, yeah, more practice is in order. Need to get better. What I'm aiming for is getting a time of like 35 minutes in this run. It's obviously not happening this run, but that's my benchmark, is to get a 35-minute run of this game. All platforming challenges, single segment. Which I think I can do it. No, I know I can do it. I know I can do it. I just need to practice more. Going to happen. Oh my goodness. Don't ask. Okay, there we go. And I jumped over the checkpoint. So I'm going to reset my car as soon as I drive under it, so I don't have to turn around. Jeez Louise. Oh, that was close. Too close for comfort. And it is very soon. Make it, make it, make it, make it up. Make a crazy car. And finish. Thankfully, that is time. That is it. You know, that was, according to my watch, like about 36:51. Whatever.